The contact, impact, I want that daily. Our breath getting deeper, deeper lately. I like that, baby, 'cause I can't get enough. Yeah, I can't get enough. Yeah, I can't get enough of your love. Give me some more of it. I can't get enough. Yeah, 'cause I can't get enough.
Dice que no le es suficiente, está mal de la mente. Cuando está solita que entre, música para ponerla en ambiente, yeah. Ella quiere que como aquella vez, le busco todo. Todo lo que se pone bonito se le ve. Empezamos a pie y ahora andamos en el jet. Vamos a calentar, baby, tú. No se quiere olvidar, lo quiere recordar, baby.
'Cause I can't get enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get enough.
Latino gang.
Yeah, I can't get enough of your love. Give me some more of it. I can't get enough. Yeah, 'cause I can't crazy. I like that, you like that, so let's be crazy. The contact, impact, I want that daily. Our breath getting deeper, deeper lately. I like that, baby. Yeah. Ooh, no one's gotta know. We can keep it low key. I'll be fine alone, long as you're alone with me.
Tell 'em.
So incredible, unforgettable on me. 'Cause I can't get enough.
Benny Blanco.
Yeah, I can't get enough.
Chibabi man. Selena.
Yeah, I can't get enough of your love. Give me some more of it. I can't get enough. Yeah, 'cause I can't get enough.
I got my man LSK. How
how's
you
it
doing,
going?
man? I'm glad to have you on 2K TV
Thank
for
you
the
for
first
having
time.
me.
This
First
is your
time.
debut.
This is my debut. I'm going with all-time KD.
All right,
OKC.
all-time KD. Okay.
Gotta represent. All right.
All-time KD versus Anthony Davis.
Defense will win this game, I believe.
All right, let's do it. I like it.
Oh, I'm all the way. Okay. Give me that rebound. Going up.
We're the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Lots of enthusiasm around that presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner. And we've got plenty more coming up. Stay tuned.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Detroit Pistons. For the Pistons, they come into tonight's game after a loss to the Mavericks. That game was high scoring. Tonight, they'll need to be better defensively. Can we talk about Clint Capela? By pretty much every metric, he's improved year after year after year after year after year. Well, he hasn't been around that many years.
I was about to say.
But, you
Yeah,
know,
listen,
but you get the point.
I love his game. He loves his game. He stays in the lab. What I like about him, he gives you right around 18 to 12 every night, and he can give you some blocks.
He's got that big contract, guys, but, you know, he never stopped working. We could say he's a star as a role player.
Ooh.
Do you stay in the lab?
No.
Then why do you think it's great that he stays in the lab?
He's playing. I'm sitting here next to you.
Yeah. Good point.
Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. And on tap tonight, it's the Houston Rockets going up against the Detroit Pistons. Kevin Harlan here along with Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, David Aldridge on our sidelines. It's our pleasure to welcome in the sports guy, Bill Simmons, to our broadcast for a second straight year. It's an honor to have you here courtside.
I'm just excited that I got brought back. I felt like I was on Brooke Lopez on the one-year contract last year, and then now you've invited me back.
But you've
another one-year contract.
You've reinvented yourself, though.
Yeah,
you can hit outside comments.
I tried to expand my range, but so we'll see. We'll take it year by year.
We can't wait to hear it. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Macklemore.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
For most teams in the NBA, success starts at the top. The challenge for owners, most of whom don't come from basketball backgrounds, is picking the right person to entrust with roster decisions. That skill set is hard to evaluate sometimes, but getting that first decision right can sometimes make all the difference. Kevin?
It sure can. All right, D.A., thanks. And, Bill, much of what P.J. Tucker brings to the table doesn't show up in the statistical sheet we get.
Yeah, he's a playoff guy. Mm-hmm. If I was a GM, and maybe someday some
smart team would hire you.
Or some dumb billionaire, one of the two. But I would just always want to gravitate to the playoff guys, the guys that in a series can raise it a level, can play physical, can kind of move depending on the styles. And he's one of those guys. Like, they used him as a small ball center against the Warriors, which isn't normally what he does, but they just want to have him out there. He can fit in basically 3 different positions. He can guard just about anybody. He was guarding Steph Curry. He was guarding Durant.
50-50 balls. I mean, he's all over the floor.
Chip on his shoulder. And like the classic guy who fell in the draft because he was an inch and a half too short, which over and over again we keep making this mistake. The guy,
happens a lot.
He's not 6'9", he's 6'7", or he's 6'6". Well, we shouldn't take him. And then you end up with Montrezl Harrell and P.J. Tucker and all these guys.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Kennard is out there with Brown, and it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Houston, Tucker and Capela are up front. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair, they're the backcourt. And it's House in at the 3, the small forward. And he makes the first. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Here's Westbrook. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
Now here's Drummond. Drummond is doubled. Lays it up off the glass.
That's the right play to run. Drummond with the skill and size to make that high percentage attempt.
The Rockets perpetually knocking on the door. At what point, though, Bill, do you think their window will close?
I think that point happened in May of 2019. I think they had 2 years to win the title where everything was lined up for them. 2018, they're up 3-2 against the Warriors. The Warriors are tired. They seem like they're fading. They can't close. I think the key for them is the difference between being a regular season team and a playoff team. They're a great regular season team, but the playoffs every year become more and more complicated, smarter, more. You got to come up with a plan C, a plan D, a plan E as the series goes along, and their plan A is kind of what they ride with. They get tight, the crowd gets tight, things slow down. What's your plan B? And they haven't been able to figure that out.
Using his height and length there to prevent the second chance opportunity.
Here's Westbrook. That one falls.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
shot.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That'll be his second foul of the game.
He was too aggressive. That's already his second foul. We haven't even gotten out of the first quarter.
Rivers, he's checked in for the Rockets. Rivers against Brown. Tipped away. Up top, Griffin. Oh, and here comes Rivers all alone. And then Rivers with the dunk.
Once you get Austin out in space, his quickness and fluidity really shines.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Outside Griffin. Back to Brown. Pistons passing it around. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Rockets have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Harden, and the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got his second basket of the night.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
You'll name a couple past superstars that didn't always get enough credit for being as dominant as they were.
Moses Malone would be my #1 pick. Probably the best player in the league for 5 years. Dominant in '83, they won the title in Philly. Really gave Kareem a lot of problems, and was just awesome, and has now just been swept under the rug. Nobody even really remembers. So I would go with him first.
Ever.
Never. Well, it was part of the problem. They were tape delaying games back then, and we didn't have League Pass. We didn't have a lot of that stuff. I think he was really underrated, and you kind of never know who's going to endure and who's not going to endure, which is one of the reasons I wrote my book.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
The shot by House is no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And Drummond throws it down.
I mean, tremendous body control in the air. Andre with the easy catch and flush.
Harden, and no good. Good D by Drummond. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their...
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Detroit. In the corner, Kennard with it. They get it back. For Houston, they've gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. It's Harden with the drive. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
I mean, wonderful court vision. Sometimes Rivers gets locked in to finding his own shot. This time, finds the open man.
And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. Now here's Brown. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Snell, that's good.
And really, Snell needs no time at all to get his jump shot off. He's looking to score once he gets the pass.
And Harden with the stuff. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
And the foul on Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Bill, when it comes to NBA awards, some people have said voter fatigue is a factor. Would you agree with that?
No, I actually think NBA awards are in the best shape they've been in because people are afraid to screw up. You know, that with the internet and the accountability we have now.
Accountability, exactly.
And
There's nothing anonymous about it.
No. And we have really good numbers and metrics now, and I actually think we make the right decisions with this stuff most of the time now. I didn't really see any egregious stuff last year other than the one person who voted Dwayne Wade for second team All-NBA.
You get a vote, don't you?
I do, and I take it really seriously.
I do too.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. And
I really care
Our name
about
is
it.
attached to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, like, when I wrote my book, I really relied on the All-NBA stuff. Like, they're a snapshot of what happened that season.
Good point. And it goes down 2 points.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
3-pointers. Snell. The Rockets pull it in. Capela's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his second personal foul.
The Rockets shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Rose, he's checked in for Detroit. That one misses. Pistons trail by 4. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
You know, Blake Griffin, he gives you a little bit of everything offensively. Terrific court awareness.
They get it back. Griffin with some nice D.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
And then Griffin with the dunk.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
And Bill, when you yourself get out on the court, is there a play you try to channel or emulate, you try to visualize in your mind?
You mean when I'm playing pickup?
Yes, yes.
Oh, well, now, at this point in my life, it's Davis Bertans. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah. Davis Bertans.
Davis Bertans?
Yeah, yes. By the way, what a great stroke.
I emulate all stretch fours and don't guard anybody.
Yeah.
That's who I am at this point in my life. I run from three-point line to three-point line.
You stay on the perimeter.
Yeah.
Don't tangle up inside.
My free throw attempts are 0 because I don't go to the line.
Just fire away.
And I want you to know I'm there to make an open jump shot. And don't ask me to do anything else, please. I'll set some picks.
You are. You're a great screen
set some picks.
You're a great pick and roll. Can't connect from short range.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And it's Houston on the break. Here's House. He sinks the 11-footer.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Yeah, both teams in the zone early. Stops have been almost impossible to come by.
Now here's Rose. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Pass to Snell. For 3, 5 to shoot. Rebound by House. Rockets trail. There's McLemore. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. And, well, Detroit shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Outside Rose. Ball's knocked loose. Snell, the pass to Kennard. Buries it from three-point range. Kennard's got 18 points in the game.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
McLemore, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Houston making some changes. Chandler comes in for Clint Capela. And Thabo Cephalosha subbed in for Danuel House. Then for the Pistons, Markieff Morris is checked in for Andre Drummond. Christian Wood comes in for Blake Griffin. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Kennard. And the Rockets building their offense around the three ball. What will that approach look like if they ever want to make a championship run? There's got to be more to it than just the three-point shot.
You would think. They've been playing the math, and the math says volume of threes and percentages, and eventually it's going to come in your favor.
Do you believe that's the way to win?
I think it's the way to succeed during the regular season. We saw it with Toronto, especially in the Toronto-Milwaukee series. Toronto was playing those same averages, and then Dan Bleak got hot, and a couple of guys started making threes, and all of a sudden they win that series. So that's a case of it did work. But I still think you need to know what you're doing when everything slows down. And we saw the Rockets 2 years in a row, like famously when they missed 27 threes. Those threes get a lot tougher when it's a game 7, you're tired, the other team's used to you, and the nerves are coming in, and that basket's suddenly looking a little smaller. What's your plan B?
There's Galloway following the score by Houston. On the clock. Off target from outside. And it's the Rockets on the break. Here's McLemore. Detroit with the rebound. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it will be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
Very difficult game to predict. They are not familiar with each other. I expect to see a lot of in-game adjustments tonight on both sides.
Boy is checked in for Detroit. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
Bill, if you were just hired as a GM, which franchise would you model your approach after?
I really like what the Clippers did the last couple years when they realized they didn't have quite enough to win the title. And instead of just being beholden to being darn close but not quite, they actually blew it up and tried to figure out how to create cap space, find some young players.
And still stay competitive,
build
so they kept the momentum of their franchise.
Yeah, they stumbled into a situation where they had a lot of flexibility no matter what. I think the Celtics, before them, did the same thing in the mid-2000s. They're just trying to find assets and figure it out on the fly. That's the approach I would use. I would never fully commit one way or the other to anything. The goal is to try to accumulate assets and figure out what you have. And I think the smartest teams do that.
Here's Tucker. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
Easy look from mid-range. He won't miss many of those. Lazy effort defensively.
Pistons trailed by 3. Cephalosha with the steal. Here's Rivers. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Rivers has got his second basket of the night.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Rose. No points in the game yet for him. Detroit, no good that time either.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
A nice shot by Tucker.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
And it's Rose with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. 7-point differential.
Nice pass by Derrick Rose, spotting a wide open guy from the corner of his eye.
Now here's McLemore. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Orlando.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Pistons trail by 7. Outside Rose. Back to Morris. Outside Rose. Over Rivers. Rebounded by Tucker.
Hard to create space in that mid-range area. He would have been better passing that off.
And the dunk by McLemore.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Launches a three, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Rockets on top as they end the first quarter with an energy burst, a 19-7 run. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. A unique upbringing for Clint Capela. Spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far.
Even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about that far. I would say that's even past my dreams. I mean, now I'm just living the moment, trying to work hard as I can, and just enjoy the present. Enjoy the present.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capela's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Chandler out there with P.J. Tucker, and it's Cephalosha in at small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And from everything we're hearing, Bill, the draft's one and done aspect may be coming to an end. Like it?
For me, the G League is the key to all this. I would like to see the guys come right out of high school and go into the G League and have an actual infrastructure that's attached to the real team.
And the G League is having an effect on the NBA. There are a lot of former guys from that league playing in the big league.
And the other thing is, like, sports rights are becoming more and more valuable with the streaming services, and just the fact that you can watch a game anywhere you are. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it if you're in China. You can watch it if you're in Hawaii. And I think the G League should be a bigger thing. So if they can figure out a way to kind of steal college basketball's corner with some of this stuff while also preparing these guys. The one and done, that makes no sense to me. I don't understand what anyone gains from going to college for 5 months and then pretend they're a college student.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Morris trying to free himself up. Galloway, no good.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. The Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. And it's the Rockets with the ball. After the basket by Detroit. And that one's good. Westbrook.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Pistons trail by 13. Pass to Frazier. Launches it. It's rebounded by Houston. Here's Westbrook. And he drops it in from the low post. Westbrook's got 6 in the quarter.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Wood can't hit.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here is Frazier. James Harden picking up that last basket. Galloway taking his time here. Down low, here's Morris. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Morris has got his first basket.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Westbrook. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons, trailing by 17.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
And here are the Rockets. They're on a 14-6 run. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Rockets have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. So for the Rockets, Clint Capela, he's checked in for Chandler. And Daniel House subbed in for P.J. Tucker. And a different look here for the Pistons. Andre Drummond's checked in for Morris. Blake Griffin comes in for Christian Wood. Kennard, he's checked in for Doumbouya. And it's Brown in for Langston Galloway. And Russell Westbrook drops them both. Here is Frazier.
Nice adjustment there, going to the full court press, trying to ratchet up the pressure here a little bit.
Three-pointer. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Multi-time NBA rebound leader. Might want to think about putting a body on Drummond.
And Westbrook, here we go. Here's Cephalosha. A beautiful reverse layup.
Relentless on the offensive glass, and then you love the finish.
Pistons trail by 17. Here's Kennard. Rebound by House. Cephalosha against Frazier. Cephalosha's shot is good. And here's Frazier. Outside Griffin. Now Frazier. Back to Griffin. Shot clock at 6. To the right side. Shoots from 14. Kennard's shot is off. Rockets leading by 19 points. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, James Harden.
And it took them a while to find their touch at the line, but they have been red hot here in the second quarter.
Good on both.
And doing a good job from the line here in the second quarter.
Frazier with it. And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
Detroit making a switch here. Snell's checked in. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at Houston. So far, they've got the fourth best record in the conference.
And you know, Houston, this season has been, it's been solid. But they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
I don't think they've played their best basketball, so if things do come together for them before the end of the regular season, look out.
Now, here is Harden, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Harden's got 10 points in the quarter.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
Brown against Harden. Left side, Brown. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Griffin. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. It's Harden with the drive. And oh, he jams it right over Andre Drummond. Wow!
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. And that one's good. Westbrook.
This has been a tremendous quarter for him. Everything he puts up now looks like it's going in.
3-pointers. Snell. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 5 assists in the game.
And Snell is an effective floor spacer, a consistent threat to drop it in.
Oh! Wow!
He went
That was nice. My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Up top, Brown, guarded by Harden. The pass to Snell. Off target with his 3. And for Houston, they're shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. And he makes that one.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
From deep. That's good, and that evens things out for him. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game.
He's going to force them to have to make adjustments. That's number 4 in terms of triples in the half.
Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against the Magic in Orlando. Brown the pass to Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
He has a monster wingspan, the elevation for his size. Drummond able to finish with authority on a consistent basis.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
You know what happens? You start to miss a few. You develop a lack of confidence, and suddenly it becomes contagious.
Checked in for Houston. Austin Rivers comes in for James Harden. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Rose, he's checked in for Tony Snell. Brown right side. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Well, we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Capela.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
Bucket is good. 25 points for Russell Westbrook.
What a game for him so far. He started out strong in that first quarter and has only turned it up from there.
And there's the feed to Brown. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Brown's got his first points in this one.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Westbrook, good on the bucket.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And, well, Detroit shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Rose in the post, guarded by McLemore. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Derrick Rose has a skill of getting fouled, drawing the defense, and loving the contact.
It's his first trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one.
Explosiveness by Derrick Rose is one of the reasons why a lot of guys do not want to guard him.
Both good from the line that time. Rocket shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%. Here's Westbrook. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And it's Brown missing.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
The Rockets have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Westbrook.
And you have to like the way he's attacking the defense, drawing fouls and getting himself chances at the line this quarter.
Rose up on top, guarded by McLemore. Brown wide open, he fires. No good on the triple.
He has gone ice cold this quarter, obviously not helping their cause.
Basket counts.
Down the stretch, this is when they need him the most, and he is delivering.
The Pistons shooting with 42% accuracy in the second quarter. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And there it is for him. 33 points for Russell Westbrook.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Rose scanning the floor. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. Griffin kicks to Rose. Fires the 3. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
Derrick Rose, when he's in the outside shot, creates even more space for him to operate.
And a special thanks to our guest, Bill Simmons. Always a compelling discussion, and I hope we can continue.
Please, I'm available. Just call me. I'm ready.
I will.
All right,
There's your number right here on my speed
You
dial.
have my number. Call me.
And, Steve, you get the sense that no NBA topic is off limits when you talk to Bill Simmons.
He gets the discussion going, whether you agree or disagree with him. That's part of what makes sports fun, having those debates. And sometimes we get to see the players in the debate on the court.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. So he comes up empty at the line.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunity, get to the line. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. 50 seconds left here in the second. The Pistons shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by McLemore. The finish, and finished off by McLemore.
Threading the needle right there. Rivers does a good job of executing with the pass.
And it's Rose with the ball for the Pistons. Fires from 18. Toomboya can't get it to go.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
And I don't care what anybody tells you, you can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you got to make some changes.
Passes it to Wood. Now Brown from downtown. That shot off the mark. Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for Houston. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Tyson. How have you controlled the tempo in the game in the first half?
I think the way we came out defensively, we locked into their sets. We're taking them out of what they want to accomplish. Because of that, we're able to make some shots on the other end.
Tyson, thanks. We'll see you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your take?
So Westbrook, talk about a guy who does everything for his team. He's the catalyst on offense, a ferocious finisher. Then defensively, he has all the tools to disrupt anything you do on the offensive end.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, you live by the 3 and you die by the 3. And today, they're dying. And as cold as they've been behind the arc, they keep firing from deep. What are you doing? I know they got a lot of ground to make up, but they can't continue with this game plan. Not working.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. A lot of talent in the 2018 draft, Smitty. Who do you think has the highest ceiling of that group?
Kevin, I love that question because it's not who's the best player who has the best talent. It's the ceiling. I think Jaren Jackson Jr., Marvin Bagley, those guys have so much room to grow. The Doncic and the Trae Youngs, those guys are fantastic. They have room to grow, but I think those two have a lot of room to grow, and they're already good.
And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. And it's Brown in at the 1. And the Pistons with possession here. Pass to Griffin. Back to Brown. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Griffin's got 3 assists tonight. Harden with it. Picked up by Brown. Harden, no good. Pistons shooting 43% from the floor. Here's Brown. Lets a floater go, and the layup is up and in. Brown's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Tucker can't get it to go.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Shot from the wing, and it's good for 2.
He needs to be more proactive on offense and shoot it more. He's making most of his shots, so he's got to demand the ball more.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Brown the pass to Griffin. It's stolen by Capela. Here we go, 1-on-1. Here's Tucker. Makes it off the glass. Tucker's got 6.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
Here's Griffin, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
If you allow Blake Griffin to get that close, the result, a dunk.
For Houston, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And the jam by Harden.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Detroit with the ball. Now here's Brown. 8 points for him. On target from 13 feet. 10 points for him.
And that's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
And the basket by Harden.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
Feeds it to Griffin. Back to Brown. Kennard, the pass to Drummond. Clock at 6. And it's Brown missing. Rockets have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist from Tucker. Tucker's got his 5th assist in this one.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
And Harden with the stuff.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
What it was, they are getting better shots, which has gotten them into a rhythm, and they're knocking down everything.
Harden against Brown. And here is Drummond. He's got 10. Fades and shoots. That shot by Griffin, no good. And here are the Rockets. They're on a 12-4 run right now. House, it's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 4 assists in the game.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's Snell. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Brown the pass to Griffin. Snell kicks to Griffin. Takes a 3. Rockets with the rebound. Capela's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Timeout called, the Rockets.
And a boon it was for the Rockets to be able to keep Clint Capela. A great fit with the team and gives them exactly what they need on the interior.
Houston making some changes. Cephalosha comes in for Daniel House. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Ben McLemore. Detroit also making some changes. Langston Galloway comes in for Tony Snell. And Tim Frazier subbed in for Bruce Brown.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
And it's Frazier with the ball for Detroit. Pass to Kennard. Back to Frazier. Over Westbrook. Misses off the left iron.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Now Frazier. Here's Kennard. And Drummond kicks to Kennard. Nice ball movement by Detroit. That one goes in. Frazier's got his second basket of the game.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Westbrook with the bucket.
Ooh, heat check after heat check. He rises to the occasion, trying to will his team to victory.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Frazier the pass to Drummond. Shoots over Capela. That shot off. So Houston will take it the other way. They host the Spurs after this one. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Here's Galloway. There's the pass to Kennard. And a miss there on the triple. It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
For them, the first half was maybe more of a filling out process. Now it's winning time.
Shots good by Kennard.
Man, he keeps doing his part. They just haven't been able to get over the hump.
Fires from the wing. And Houston again with the bucket.
In case anyone was wondering, this is what it looks like when you're in the zone. He hasn't missed one all quarter.
Frazier against Westbrook. Frazier the pass to Griffin. Shoots over Tucker. Griffin's shot is off.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
13 feet away. And he gets the jumper to drop. Tucker's got 10 points in the game.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Kennard kicks to Frazier. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. Good, great play set up by Frazier. Frazier's got his third assist on the night. Here's Westbrook, and Westbrook throws it down hard.
Extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force. Detroit's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. They get a hand on it. Westbrook with the steal, all alone, and finished off by Westbrook.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Drummond finds Griffin. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
Well, a lot of players can get hot, but nobody can match Harden when he gets locked in. The way he can create space and drill shots from deep, really impossible to guard.
Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for the Rockets. Rivers comes in for P.J. Tucker. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Markieff Morris is checked in for Andre Drummond. Christian Wood comes in for Blake Griffin. Doumbouya is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Rose in for Frazier. Free throw good, James Harden. And with Harden, he not only gets hot for a game, but stays hot, Greg, for longer periods of time.
And you saw that last year with his streak of 30 and 40-point games. For weeks, he can dominate and really frustrate defenses, and there isn't anything you can do about it.
And for the Pistons, they're shooting in the second half so far about 45%. Galloway, the pass to Wood. And it's Doumbouya in the corner. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Doumbouya's got his second bucket of the night.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
And here's Harden for three, and the three ball is good.
And defensively, you got to respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line.
And so Galloway with it. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. And it's Doumbouya in the corner. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. It's Harden with the drive, and Harden with the stuff.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
1:52 left to play in the third. The shot from the low post is good. Westbrook's got 49 points in the game.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
And, well, Detroit shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Westbrook with the block. And it's the Rockets on the break. Cephalosha's running. Kept alive. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Cephalosha's got 6 points.
Defense, for me, just hasn't made the commitment to sprint back in transition, and that's why you see such a huge differential in fast break points.
Here's Wood. The Pistons keeping it alive, a new 14. Doumbouya passes to Morris. Here's Wood. And Chandler sends it back.
And how about the basketball IQ of Chandler? Just knows exactly when to sky and commit to blocking shots. And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Cephalosha. And Cephalosha with the jam.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. And the Pistons with possession here. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Derrick Rose moving the basketball with ease, really setting up his teammates, setting the plate for them.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cephalosha's shot is good.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Especially when you're this far down, you have to make the most of every sequence.
Passes it to Wood. Here's Galloway. He's guarded by Chandler. Galloway kicks to Doumbouya. 5 on the clock. Over Westbrook. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. Timeout called, the Rockets.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma I'ma need you to back up. Come from off the top, the flow is hot, I got you shot. Come from off the top, you know I be smart to this spot. Come from off the top, the flow is hot, I got you shot. Come from off the top, come from off the top.
Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for Houston. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. And we'll be right back after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Clark is out there with Cephalosha. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Chandler. And it's Rivers in at the point. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Expanding upon this lead, trying to close it out. He's really stepped up.
Rose kicks to Snell. No good with the triple. Rocket shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable. And it's good off the back rim and in. And that's now 6 points for Austin Rivers. The Pistons shooting about 42% so far. Over to the left wing. Doom Boya. His three-pointers off the mark. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Houston Rockets. Cephalosha dishes to Rivers from about 16. They get the rebound. Cephalosha's shot is good. Cephalosha's got 10 points here in the second half.
And guys, the offensive rebounding really has stood out here this half. All those second chance points are helping them maintain that lead.
Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Monday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Thursday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that matchup with the Kings, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
It's such an advantage when you can get out and run and get a good look before the defense can set up.
Morris passes to Rose. 6 to shoot. Here's Snell. Here's Wood. And nothing is falling for him right now. To the middle. Here's Westbrook. And Westbrook throws it down.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
It's been tremendous job of play calling and execution. They just continue to increase this lead.
Steve, the league has broadened the definition of clear path foul. Think that'll discourage the wrap-up fouls that stop those fast breaks?
Yeah, I think so, because the guy's coming downhill with that type of force. And if you do wrap him up, and sometimes your coaches want you to because of the situation, but it's hard, and it could create a lot of injuries. So I do like the clear path fouls.
The Pistons have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. There's the double team with Westbrook. Rose kicks to Snell. Cephalosha again throws. Doumbouya gets a wide open look. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Rockets have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. And Houston again with the bucket.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Reason why momentum can flip so quickly. We see it time and time again, teams giving up big leads. That's how you set the table and everybody gets to eat.
Rivers finds Clark. And it's Houston with another.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Pistons have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Offensive rebound. Here's Wood. Banked in off the glass.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
It's Westbrook with the drive, and he banks in the layup. Westbrook's got 57 points.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Right wing, three-pointers, Snell. Offensive rebound, Wood. In it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
That's just good basketball. Can't ask for a better look.
Here's Westbrook. Doumbouya pulls it in. Detroit's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. There's the 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Chandler's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
Timeout called the Rockets.
Well, one area that has slowed the Pistons the last decade is their player development.
Yeah, you look at their roster, very few homegrown players. The Pistons haven't had a lot of hits with their first-round picks. To be a top team, you need to have a front office that can build from within.
Turn me into a giant. I'm on the edge and I might just dive in.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for Houston. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. And Makers sends it back.
Watching him protect the rim, you never guess Makers averaging less than 1 block a game for his career.
Pass to Clark. Got a piece of it. Over Maker. Tries again. A nice shot by Hartenstein.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Pistons shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately.
You can fall in love with floating around the perimeter. I like it when Maker attacks the rim.
No good from Clark.
Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
Frazier dishes to Maker, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
And with Thon Maker still a developing project, you forget, Smitty, how young he really is.
You're right, Kevin. Has a lot of time ahead of him. You can see the touch and the length he has. Hopefully, he can keep working and put it all together.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. Steve, so many talented players in the league. Sometimes there's frustration over the lack of playing time. For instance, you look at the Celtics last year, a prime example.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, Kevin, you can have too much talent at the same positions and also style of play. You need some guys that can do other things that be effective on the court versus just scoring the basketball, and I think that's the reason why the Celtics ran into some trouble last year. He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Timeout called, the Rockets. We always see these sponsorship patches on these uniforms now, Steve. This is the third and final year of the test run. I think it's here to stay. What do you think?
I do too. I think the numbers have also coincided that it's here to stay. I think also the revenue. I think people love it, and I think the sponsorship helps.
These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Frazier with it. Pass to Maker. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Maker's got 6 here in this quarter.
Trying to become a more consistent offensive threat. That's the range you like to see Thon Maker own.
And that one is good from Hartenstein. Well, a lot of progress being made from a technical standpoint. You can't escape it, Steve. Shoes now that can tighten themselves without laces, changing colors. Have you gotten yourself a pair yet?
Yeah, Kevin, I haven't, but I bought a lot of pair for my kids. I do like these type of shoes where there are no shoelaces. I'm a little lazy right now, Kevin, but I love the technology that are going into shoes right now.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Maker. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. To the wing right side. Here's Doumbouya. And at last, they get 1 to fall.
A little breakdown there, letting them get that rebound. You can't allow that to happen.
Hartenstein can't get it to go.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Houston Rockets. On the wing. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Hartenstein's got 8 here in the quarter. The Pistons shooting 43% from the field. Here's Frazier. Sweet little floater.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Here's Chandler. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Here's Mikhailuk. It's stolen. Frazier outside. Again, the Rockets score.
Frazier.
A lot of people think, Steve, there are 3 factors necessary to achieving organizational success. Ownership, ownership, and ownership. What do you think?
I guess it's ownership, and ownership. I think it also comes down to trust. Trust in anything gets you a chance to be successful.
And Steve, you know, it's just about establishing that culture, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think you got to have an identity, a culture that everybody wants to be a part of.
And again, it's the Pistons missing.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
Hartenstein, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. And, well, Detroit shooting here in the fourth quarter around 41%. At the top of the key, Maker uncovered. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Frazier's got his 6th assist on the night.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it. He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Over in the corner, Wood cans it from downtown. Wood's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
And the Rockets making a change here. Cephalosha's checked in. And, well, Detroit shooting 43% for the game. Here's Maker. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Trying to attack the heart of that defense with great teamwork.
Goes up on the wing, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Now here's Frazier. He kicks it to Doumbouya. The pass to Mikhailuk. Pistons passing it around. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Houston.
Trying to shoot himself out of his slump, and it's not going well.
Here's Hartenstein, and Maker sends it back.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Rockets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Russell Westbrook.
Throughout the night, he was their catalyst at the offensive end. Play after play was run through him with great success.
Here's Maker. Oh, that's blocked. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're ahead. There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. For our Jordan player of the game, Russell Westbrook.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum. Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Frazier the pass to Galloway. And here's Frazier out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And the Rockets with possession here. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Galloway. Passes to Maker. Lets it go with a three. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist.
Fluid on the shot. Nice follow through. Maker sneaky from out there.
Here's Cephalosha. Drains the 19-footer.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, James. Congrats on the win. Looked like you guys really had a lot of confidence and really had a lot of flow offensively.
Yeah, we just tried to move the ball and make the game easy tonight. We did a great job of actually just, guys getting shots, easy shots, and our defense really stepped up.
Yeah, great team performance all around, James. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.